already know, the second I start recording this, Riley's going to wake up. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl being Brandy, and today I'm going to be giving you all the tips and tricks you need to know about how to make an A in Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. So let's jump right into the video. First thing that I'm going to go ahead and start with is to let you guys know that you are going to need a planner, okay? You're gonna need a planner. This is actually my planner for this year and not when I was taking Anatomy and Physiology, but you know, same thing. This is my school planner because I definitely have 3 planners because organization is essential when you're a mom and when you're in school, specifically nursing school. But this is my school planner and it's a happy planner. It looks like this. Get one. Just get one. It doesn't matter. This is the mini. It doesn't matter if you get a mini, a classic, a huge, or whatever. Like, just get a planner so you can write down all of your assignment dates, all of your test dates, because it's essential that you keep up with that. Because if you start missing assignments, guess what happens? Your grade goes down. If you start missing tests, it's almost impossible to make an A. So that's first and foremost. You want a planner. Also, I'm looking at some notes that I wrote for you guys so that I can stay on task. So just like bear with me. All right, so you also want to go to class.
Go to class.
Did I make that point? You want to go to class and participate. And by participate, I don't mean that you have to know all of the answers or anything like that, but you want to be there actively listening. So you don't want to go to class and listen to your music or go to class and sleep, because that's a waste of time. Like, I don't know about you guys, but my campuses are not close to me. The ones that I am like zoned to, they are not close to me. So for me to go to class and I'm driving 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes one way, and then go to sleep, like I could have stayed at home in the bed for that. So go to class and participate. If you're in class, if you miss something when you're writing your notes, but you see it on the test and you've heard it, you can probably get the answer right because you were in class, you were listening, you know that she said that the hip bone is connected to the this bone, and now you can answer that question. Another thing that you guys should do is print your PowerPoint slides and print your anatomy pictures. Now, personally, I did not print my PowerPoint slides, but I did bring my laptop or my iPad to class, every single class, and I would look at those slides as I was taking notes. In anatomy, it was very beneficial and it worked well for me to write tons of notes in a notebook. So yeah, but I did see a lot of people who, you know, it's like redundant to rewrite what's on the PowerPoint, which I did do because I'm just a visual learner. So the more that I write something, the more that I see it, I grab it. But other people, you know, they would just jot down notes in the PowerPoint. On the PowerPoint, or some people that I've seen, they had their PowerPoint open and then they would go into the notes section and write notes. Another thing to do is to utilize your visual anatomy book. So I actually have a page from the visual anatomy book. These are very helpful because this one particularly is talking about the coronal suture in the head, like on your skull. And so the word coronal means crown. A tiara or crown is on the head of a beauty queen, and it follows the same direction as the coronal suture. So, as y'all can see, it has cute little hints and tips and tricks of how to remember where things are. So now you know that your coronal suture is right through here, and it follows the exact pattern that a crown would go if you imagined it on your head. So your visual anatomy book is an amazing resource. Also, if it was required for you to buy, your teacher is probably going to have you coloring and labeling it just like mine did. So get it and use it. All right, so next what you want to do is you want to review your notes and retype or rewrite your notes. That really depends on your learning style. I did say that I was a visual learner, so it helped me to write notes in class and to look at those notes like almost every day and to rewrite those notes and to retype those notes. Also, watch videos. So watching videos, I think, is perfect for the visual learner and the auditory learner. Let's say you're on your way to anatomy and you are having a test today, but you don't quite understand how the nervous system excites muscles for them to contract. Something like that. But let's say you don't understand that process. Well, listen to it on your way to school. Oh, let's also say that your teachers allow you to record their lectures. If you are a auditory learner, that is amazing because you can listen to your recording on the way to school. And you can do that. You don't even have to do that just on the test day. You can do that anytime that you're in the car, and then you really like grasp information. Okay, another thing that you should do is make flashcards and draw pictures. Draw pictures on your flashcards, because I did all of that. And I can't draw worth. I can't draw, okay? Like, I cannot draw to save my life, but I was drawing some little doodles on my flashcards. But why that really helps is because you can study your flashcards in the car. Maybe not while you're driving. Probably safer to do it if you're the passenger. And I remember when we were on the cardiovascular system, I had like flashcards that were about this thick. And I was in the car with my family going over cardiovascular system. And you guys want to know what I made on that test? I made 98. So make your flashcards and teach your family while you're in the car. Go to Open Lab. So my school offers Open Lab sessions for our anatomy students. And basically that's just when you come into the lab class and you can look at the structures, because most anatomy and physiology classes, you're gonna have an anatomy practical, and your practicals are going to be set up where you literally just go through and list all these different structures in the body. So the more you go in there and you practice, I know for bones, we had to not only say that that was the ulna, but we also had to say that it was the left ulna. And then we had to know surface features, which if you are currently an anatomy student who is trying to go to nursing school, I was looking at one of the notes from my assignments and it was talking about the neck of the femur. And I was like, oh, that's why I said I need to refresh on bones. Now, the neck of the femur wasn't very hard for me to like figure out what that was, but I'm like, what if they ask something like, what if they ask a really hard surface feature and I have to recall on information on that? Yeah. So go and see these structures. The more you see them, the less stressful it'll be when you're using your anatomy information in the future. Identify the anatomy on your own body. Ooh. Yeah, that's very helpful, obviously, because especially with bones, like I'm gonna tell you guys how I know the radius and the ulna, because the radius is in the line with my thumb and my thumb rotates. That is literally how I remember those bones. So it was very helpful to use my own body, and it would be helpful to you as well. Last thing that I would suggest in order to make your A in anatomy and physiology is to study in a group. Let's say it's a couple days before the test, but you don't have any more classes until you go to the test. Let's say like it's a Friday. So for me and my anatomy schedule, I took anatomy and physiology on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so if we're on Friday, let's say I study by myself on Friday and then I study with a group on Saturday, but I don't have very many days where I can go to class and ask her. And of course I can always email my professor if I have any questions, but she might not get back to me until like Monday, and I want to know now. So I'm with my study group here on Saturday. I'm going to ask my question to them, and they 9 times out of 10 probably know the answer, or they all have the same question and all of you guys can email her at the same time, and whoever she emails first, pass that information back. That is the beauty of studying in a group. Like, you have, you know, other resources and people. Now, I do recommend, if you're gonna do group studies, to study first by yourself, because you want to come into a group setting with information. Because let's say you have questions, you have to know some things to have some questions about the things that you need to know. So yeah, that is all of my tips and tricks. That is basically everything that I did to make an A in anatomy and physiology, as well as just keep up. Like, don't let yourself get behind. If you are struggling and you know you're struggling, go get help immediately. With those tools, there is no reasons why you can't pass with an A. Like I'm telling you, with an A, you can get an A in anatomy and physiology. People think that it's so crazy, but there are so many instances that it does happen. You just have to put in work and have faith. But faith without work is dead. So put in work too. In the comments below, leave some suggestions if you did anything differently to pass anatomy and physiology. I hope this was very helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video.